That's so common in the werewolf story, right?
So,
Like there's always a werewolf story where they're in love with someone, they somehow end up responsible for that person getting hurt because they're a monster.
Right.
They can't control themselves. And it's both like sad but also kind of hot.
Welcome back to What the Plot at Arizona Studios. I'm Nero, and with me today is Alyssa. What the Plot is where we take a look at a movie trailer and we try to guess what happens in that movie without any other context besides the trailer itself.
If you like this video, go ahead and leave us a comment. Be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. Let us know if we got any of our guesses right in the comments below.
And today we are going to take a look at Bloodthirsty.
I think I found someone to produce my next album. Mr. Daniels.
I'm glad you're here, Gray.
This is my girlfriend, Charlie. I suffer from hallucinations. I hallucinate that I'm turning into an animal.
You can't run away from your destiny.
I don't know who you are anymore.
So it's a Billie Eilish origin story.
There are a couple of movies I'd compare this to.
Ooh, can I guess?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Black Swan.
That was the first one I was gonna say. You read my mind, bro. That movie Elle Fanning did, that independent like horror where she plays a model. I get a similar vibe where this could be very like existential.
Do you think maybe there was a reason why no one was producing her stuff and why they're desperate to have this one weird guy do it?
Well, the music that she sings is even like kind of dark and creepy in nature. There's a commercial type of music that is more popular. So I think what could be happening is this artist, because we see her at the beginning at that photo shoot and she looks very like generic pop style. She's making a transition in her career where she's trying to go from making a certain type of music that's very commercial and popular to doing something much darker and more mature. Like her career in itself is a reflection of the changes that are occurring to her physically.
Hey, look at that. It's like a metaphor.
Right.
Do you think she really is turning into a werewolf, or is it all in her head?
My guess would be that this guy is a mentor to her, being someone who either is also a monster or is somehow knowledgeable in the occult.
This guy is almost baiting her to turn into a werewolf. Maybe
he is utilizing people like tools. It could be him practicing like witchcraft.
Being that the fact that he's in the music industry, maybe music has something to do with it. I think the big climax is her turning into like full 100% werewolf.
And I think the climax is probably going to be her turning on her lover. She's becoming this darker creator. The choices she's making are pulling her and her partner further and further apart from each other emotionally.
And she loses control. Ending-wise, maybe Charlie, puts her down,
Oof.
There's a shot of a gun being loaded, a Webley. It's being loaded.
Gun nerd. I think that an emotional breakdown in Revelation where she turns on her master, the guy who's responsible.
Producer.
And so I think that the ending will be her potentially, getting caught, right? Like cops show up and she's...
like the cops misunderstand,
right?
The whole situation. She's all bloodied up and there's 2 dead people and they're like, free sucker.
But an inconclusive close where it's left hanging on the main character and we don't necessarily know how it pans out.
What if it just turns out well, where it is a metaphor and she's not actually turning into a monster and she just becomes a monster, like personality-wise, like as herself,
Right.
like breaking up with Charlie. It's like, yeah, I hear I'm too cool for you now. And then she becomes successful.
I'm a real artist.
I'm an artist and this producer gets me. And then they
Right.
like make a hit single, Bad Guy, or, That does it for Bloodthirsty on What the Plot, where we take a look at trailers and we try to guess what the plot is.
Right.
Subscribe, like, comment the videos.
Yeah.
Comment on this one.
Nero stars in some really golden
No,
parodies
wait
on our
a minute.
channel.
That was a mistake. Don't.
If you want to see more Nero, head over to Arizona Studios on YouTube and subscribe.